put you. And so being able to accept self first is going to be the major key. And I hope that the readers, when they do get this book, that they see themselves and can relate in that aspect of um, learning how to adjust and not playing themselves small either, but owning who they are and walking with intention and walking in purpose and on purpose and being intentional for everything that they do.
And it, like you said, like, so each character in this story, and it's, it's so many characters in this story during the trials and after the trial. Like, when you read the book, family will definitely come out to you, because you will definitely learn about the mother, you learn about the dad, you learn about the big sister who taught him how to read and write, or how to, to be a man growing up. But also, it talks about his friends, it talks about the community, it talks about so many different things in this book. And the fact that when you get a chance to like read it, because each chapter is different, and then the fact that you get, after the trial, you still have his life continuing going on, him dealing with this, down to his kids and down to a
Okay.
little bit of his grandkids. It don't say too much about his kid, like his kids and grandkids, but it gives you an insight at what they pick up growing up with him, like PTSD,
Okay, so
anxiety.
I'm hearing a part two to this book.
I want to say a part
So
two.
it's gonna be a part two.
It will not be a part two. It will be another version of this, but a female perspective.
Okay.
It's in the
Okay.
works.
Okay. So it's gonna be like a series.
Yeah, it is done. I'll say that for the first. It is done. It is done. The second part, the second book of this is done. Listen,
Okay.
you gotta read this one now. You gotta read this one. Telling you, once you read this one,
Okay, well, we
you will
gonna read that one first.
listen.
We
What you
gonna
want?
read that one first. But
Listen, you will
I'm just
understand
listening
this.
to the gems that you dropping. So I'm like, okay, so we got another part to this, especially when you start to talk about, you know, the continuation of his family, his children, his grandchildren, and all of that. So there has to be more,
So,
from that standpoint.
so give
So
so
I'm
give
listening and I'm picking that up.
so give you a little insight. One of his grandkids goes to the same situation, but how can I give this away? Not too much. Go to the same situation, but as a female type, as being, being molested, being pregnant by his or bruiser,
Hmm.
and he's being white, and it's the same case going over and over. How she has the kid, did not keep the kid, so you get a little bit more into it.
Okay.
But I just
And see,
go
uh,
ahead.
that brings me back to a point that I don't think we discuss enough, and
Mm.
that is the curses that continue because we stay silent of what happens within our black families. And that is one thing that if it's not talked about, it's bound to repeat itself. So we have to be mindful of the things that we want to bury versus bringing out to the surface so that it can actually be dealt with and broken. So
Oh, I'm
you
glad.
got a lot going on with all of
I'm glad you say that, because me and you that had listen. So anybody know, like, I have interviewed this lovely girl like twice already, and we talked about this conversation like online and behind the scenes. We talked about this conversation, and
this.
it's important to have this conversation because breaking generation curse is so good. I'm telling you, it is so good because I'm a prime example of breaking
Yeah,
the curse. I'm a prime
yeah.
example because growing up, I was always telling me to be quiet, don't say nothing. Tell you, once I start getting older and speaking up, they did
Okay.
not like me at all. I talking about you not gonna keep me quiet. Because number one, if I told you such and such did this to me, or
Mhm.
or I feel like, hey, my feelings got hurt value what you said. I'm gonna speak my mind, and that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. You have to be willing to speak your mind to
Yes.
people who don't have the voice, especially when it comes to generation curse. Because you think about it, back then they sweep a lot of things under the rug. Or don't. It's like how they go see, like, oh, we don't see it, so we don't believe it.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Blind
you a
eye.
liar. You fib.
Yeah.
No. You can't say lie. You fibbing. Cause you say lying is disrespectful.
Right, right. I remember that. And I can say that I broke the generational curse for my children, the three that I birthed.